All right, some things we picked up from Harbor Freight today. I'm wanting to go pick up just some recovery gear. I haven't got my winch yet. I'm planning on picking up the Badlands Apex winch. Super excited about that. We haven't done that yet, but I wanted to have a couple of things recovery gear as far as recovery gear goes, just in case. So we picked up the Badlands recovery snatch strap, 2" by 20 feet. We're gonna see how that works. We also picked up a soft shackle and a D-ring shackle. And I saw a fella, he actually jumped me off. I have the big jump boxes that they used to have, still have them. They're big, they're heavy, they take up a lot of space in my drawer system. So while I was at Harbor Freight, I went ahead and bought the Viking Jumpstart Power Pack. These are really small, work great. So we're gonna charge that up and put that in the truck to have with us. Also, some goodies. We went ahead and picked up the Road Shock Edge 5400 lumens 4 LED light spotlight. So I'm sure you guys probably already know this light system. It has a driving light, it has a floodlight, and then it has a spotlight. Yeah, running low and high beam basically. I'm going to put these, when I put my winch in, I'm going behind the bumper winch, and we're going to make a bracket for these that come up in the grill. So they'll be facing out of the grill. We'll show you that in a minute. So we got 2 of those. Let's get some of this stuff open. It's a great thing about a fixed blade. You can pry with it and you don't have to worry about bending it. Let's see what's in here. All right, the Badlands box. I'm going to be careful not to cut my strap right after I bought it. Let's go ahead and get this stuff open too. I'm not going to have a front bumper or a front winch bumper. I'm going to have a hideaway. I'm going to have a hideaway winch. So we're going to have to work. I'm going to have to work off of the front points that I already have on the truck, and we're just going to connect this for now. We're going to connect this to one of the front points, and just so that we have it on the truck and it looks cool. That's going to be trash. I bought a soft shackle. And let me go over real quick why I purchased what I purchased as far as what I have right now. So, it's a soft shackle, right? Cool. So, the reason I went, I've heard a lot of good things about Badlands gear. Obviously, they're Harbor Freight. They're more than likely 100% sure they're made in China. But almost everything's made in China. It's really hard to find a US made anything. So anyway, so we went with Badland, or I went with Badland, because I've heard some pretty good stuff about it. But why did I go with these particular components? So I do have plans to put a Badlands Apex winch on the front. So we'll have a winch. When I get a winch, obviously you're going to want a pulley and extra winch rope. So we'll get those two things once I get the winch. The reason I went with this is we'll hook this to my truck in case for some reason I get stuck or I need to pull someone out. I'll have a connection point to my truck on the front. And then I bought the soft shackle. And the reason I went ahead and purchased the soft shackle is hey. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm making a video and all the noise is too much, okay? Don't let them in. All right, back to the video, raising kids. Hey, that's what the channel's about though, right? Growing up country outdoors. I'm doing all this so me and my kids can have a good time, right? So the reason I bought the soft shackle is it's super easy to put on another vehicle. If there's another vehicle that doesn't have a good connection point that needs to be pulled out of a situation, I got the soft shackle for that purpose. And all of this is for pulling someone else, obviously, because we don't have a winch. So I bought the soft shackle for the other vehicle if it doesn't have a good connection point. And then I went ahead and bought the Badlands, let me make this right, recovery snatch strap. This is their 2-inch wide, 20-foot long recovery snatch strap. It says that it will stretch to about 20%. A lot of your higher end straps will stretch about 30%. This one's about 20%. So anyway, that's the reason we went with this strap. It's a 20-foot strap. So this way we can connect. Obviously, if this is on my truck, right, we can connect here, right, like that. And then this being on the other vehicle, we can connect here, right. There you go. So there you go. And that should be able to get us out of most bad situations. But that's the reason I went ahead and bought this. That way we would have some recovery gear if we needed it. Obviously, there's a lot of people out on the trails that have a lot more stuff than this, but for some reason we ran across a situation where they didn't, then we would have something to be able to either help ourselves or help someone else if we need to. Get a closer shot. So I have this space right here that I could cut out just this piece, and it would be a square that goes from there to there with this piece cut out, and I think that light is going to fit perfect right there. So my plan is because the winch is going to come out here, it's probably going to ride up maybe this high on the inside of the truck. So my goal is to build a bracket that we can put both one light here and one light over here, and I still think it's going to retain a lot of the strength of the grill, because you have these little uprights right here that I'm not planning on cutting, and I think it'll look really, really cool. And if we mess it up, you know, we'll get us another grill, but that's our plan. We're gonna see how it turns out. So I had a lot of people comment asking, hey, what's on the truck? We are running a soft hopper. It's a company out of Boulder, Colorado. On the back of the truck, there's a lot of people, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with this top. There's a lot of people that obviously love it, and there's a lot of people that hate it. I really like it. I don't know if I'm in love with it yet, but I do really, really like it. So that's the top on the back. We are running 17-inch fuel wheels with a 0 offset, 35-inch tires. They are, I can't remember, 35 11.5 17s. 35 11.5 17s on a 0 offset fueled wheel. We are running a rough country lift with Old Man Ebu helper springs, or not helper springs, but spring pack. The spring pack gives you about 1 inch and helps hold a lot of the weight in the back. And then we're running, I think those are N3 shocks on the back. And then on the front, we're running M1s for the rough country. It's an adjustable shock on the front. It adjusts from, I believe, 2-inch to 3-inch, somewhere right around in there. So that's what we're running on the front. We got it maxed out at 3 inches. Here we're running the Harbor Freight edge lights as ditch lights, and I've been really happy with these lights. They're bright enough. They do what I need them to do. So that's what we're running up here. Showing you that we're running an older decked system. Now, once again, there's a lot of people there's a love-hate relationship with these things. I love them. I don't really, obviously, if I'm running a camper, I just kind of use my back of my truck for storage. These are lockable. They roll in and out really, really nice. They work great. You have these toolboxes that fit in there that are water resistant, I guess you would say. These are also waterproof. I don't know I guess they would both be considered waterproof. Anyway, so I love the deck system. I know there's a lot of people that put them in their vehicles and then taking them back out because they wanted their bed back. I don't really use my bed in this truck much. We do a lot of off-roading, overlanding, camping, so I need a place to keep all my gear. We are eventually looking at getting a outer shell bed rack and putting a rooftop tent on that. That's our goal. But yeah, so love this deck system. I'm really, really happy with it, what it does for my truck. And yeah, so that's what we have in the back. Let's go to the inside. So I didn't want to run my battery down. Also wanted to have an onboard compressor. And so I was able to set it up to where, obviously this is factory in the back of the Tacoma. Everything fits back there. I have an inverter, a small 700 watt inverter, which does most of what I need. The DC to DC that runs from the 12 volt 100 amp battery. It charges this battery when my truck is running, and it does not backfeed. So once this battery dies, it doesn't feed off of my main battery, so I don't have to worry about my truck going dead. This battery is specifically for running accessories or lights or anything on or in my truck that I can keep off the main battery. The only thing that more than likely I'll be running on my main battery is going to be the winch. All right, so then that has to do with this, and then we have this compressor, small little compressor. It works great. It's the Napa compressor that everybody talks about. I've been really happy with this little compressor. As you can see, we've done some adjustments to it to make it work the way that we want it to work. So anyway, so this is what I'm running in the back for when we go camping. And I love the way it fits back behind the seats. It's out of the way. It just works great. It works great for what we need it for. And yeah, man, I'm super happy with it.
Stay tuned as Dad keeps upgrading this awesome Tacoma rig. What's next? Even Dad isn't sure, but chances are it'll be gears, rear axle bushings, front axles, a front ARB locker, and of course that 6-inch lift.